Welcome to this onboarding webinar. Good to have you here. I hope we're doing great. Welcome. I can see some externs already. I'm sure you're excited to be part of this program. Emmanuel Bassi, I can see you. Welcome. Kelvin, you're welcome. I hope you're going to have a nice time. All right. Welcome everybody on board to the Complete Machine Learning Onboarding Webinar. It is our heartfelt goal as a company to see the elevated rebirth of education. Our own quota to achieving this is a problem-solving approach to learning, which is aimed at developing problem solvers and not just brilliant students. This onboarding, being the next thing after your enrollment, is aimed at preparing you for a great start and a stronger finish, which in turn will build the future of work, technology being a central force in today's job market. Amongst our various programs as a company is the Complete Machine Learning, which we have launched to primarily develop machine learning experts and data scientists. For the next couple of months, you will have industry experts tutor and guide your learning to achieve the desired goal of raising you as a machine learning expert. If you have been an avid follower of Hamoye, our pursuit of excellence, which undergirds all our programs, would not have gone unnoticed. These have been demonstrated in the wealth of intellect we have communicated to participants in our past programs. We have raised the bars even higher. Therefore, you can be rest assured that you are in for the best there is in the field. Now, a few housekeeping. This webinar will last for 1 hour. As you must have noticed, you have all been muted. So if you have questions, please use the event code #08020 on slido.com. I'll take that again, #08020 on slido.com, and we will attend to them. Alternatively, you can post your questions in the chat boxes on Zoom and YouTube. If you need to speak during this call, please raise your hand. Use the raise your hand icon on Zoom, and then you'll be unmuted to speak. I will now hand you over to Emmanuel, who will take you through the next session of the webinar. Once again, we say welcome, and we wish you a fruitful 4 months ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sophia. It's lovely to have you here with us. I want to join my voice with that of Sophia and the entire Hamoye team to officially welcome you to the Complete Machine Learning Externship Winter 2021. So like Sophia said, this is how we start, this is how we keep the ball rolling. And permit me to share my screen for the presentation proper. I'm sure we'll have a lovely session as we proceed. So this is the onboarding webinar for the Complete Machine Learning Externship 2021. We refer to it as Winter 2021. Now, as we proceed, we also like to let you know what Hamoye is about. But before then, just like Sophia mentioned, you can always post your questions on slido.com using the event code #8020. So from there, we'll create all your questions, and we have all of them answered. Now, we also want to tell you what Hamoye is about, what this company is builds their interest and their philosophy from. But it's good to also let you know that Hamoye is a Yoruba word pronounced as Hamoye, which means the wise one. Now, what we do is that we, seek to develop talents with a vision to harness, the bright minds of Africa and the whole world. So we are an edtech company, and we have been successfully, developing talents across Africa. So our drive is actually to provide quality education, the kind that focuses on the myriad of problems in the world on a large scale. So what we want to achieve is that this quality education is open to everyone, everywhere, in different parts of the world, irrespective of whatever limitations that may pre-exist. So how we have come to, how we want to achieve, this drive is to make sure that we've created what we call one school, what we call one book, and what we call one CV. Now, we want to create an independent army of problem solvers across Africa and the whole world at large. And we do this by preparing their minds for the economy of the future. Now, in one school, organizations can come to equip students, in the requisite knowledge that will help every person, every student, every young person, every bright mind become become an essential part of the economy for the future. And in one book, it's more, just as the name implies, one book where every needed knowledge can be accessed by everyone. So every knowledge that you need, is contained there in our one book program. And then one CV, whenever you've completed any program with Hamoye, what we'll do is that we'll connect you, to the job market. We have a central job market, such that after completing this program, after we've trained you well, we don't just leave you high and dry. Instead, we'll match you, with the relevant jobs that you can explore this knowledge, these skills that you've gained in the market and become more useful. Now, over the course of our existence, we've offered the computational thinking course, which was a successful batch of the year 2020. We also offered the Hamoye Data Science Internship, where we had a number of people, come to upskill themselves and equip themselves with what the market is in demand for a data scientist. Now, we also have the Hamoye A-team. Like you must have noticed on Slack, where you see some profiles of Hamoye A-team or member of the Hamoye A-team. So these are people that have come to volunteer in different programs and help to unblock whatever situation that you may have during the course of this program and during the course of other programs too. And wow, the big one, the one that has brought us here together, the complete machine learning externship winter 2021. It's running on the back of the success of the data science internship of 2020. And trust me, by the end of this webinar, we'll be more fully aware of everything that entails in this externship. We also have the complete analyst internship. Now, this analyst internship would help anyone who seeks to be an analyst and be more useful in the job market. But, probably programming coding is the snag, and then you want to analyze. So what we do is that, the needed experience to get a job and the needed knowledge to get a job is what we'll provide to you in different industries, such as the risk industry, investment industry, supply chain, real estate, and then you get all of these packages in the complete analyst internship. Now let's talk about the data science internship so that you understand where we're coming from. So in 2020, we had a total of over 2,500 interns sign up for our data science internship. And now, of that 2,500,000 plus, we have about 75.6% of them male and 24.4% of them female. And we had people from Nigeria, from Kenya, from Rwanda, from Ghana, from India, from Russia, and from many other countries. And it lasted for about 24 weeks, which is 6 months. Now, before the program, when we conducted our survey, we noticed that about 20.9% of those that have signed up for the internship had zero programming experience, and 74.2% had zero open source experience. This was before the start of the Hamoye Data Science internship, July 2020. Now, it will shock you to know that this same set of people that had these zero experiences were able to work in a team, were able to learn, and at the same time, they were able to, successfully complete projects. These projects were not not just completed in their own phase, but also presented and judged and graded by experts from different parts of the data science industry. Experts from Amazon, experts from Google, experts from Maven Code came to join this project. And now some of these projects include analyzing an article for fake news, which our students successfully completed using some machine learning algorithms, predicting the outcome of the 2020 US presidential election. I can tell you that during the stage E of the Hamoye Data Science Internship, our students predicted who would win the 2020 US presidential election. And this was months before the election. Now, the results, you may wonder what was their results. Their result was that Joe Biden would win the result from the machine learning algorithm that they employed. And trust me, this was not just an easy task, but they were able to complete it. Now, they also predicted the likelihood of survival of one who has suffered a heart failure. Would a heart failure patient die, or would that patient survive? This is a question that doctors have always asked, but students have used machine learning algorithms, to answer this question. Now, how you can detect spam SMSs when you receive them, and how you can analyze the progress of schools in India. Now, in case you need to see some of these projects, all of them have been documented and published on our blog. You can go to hamoyehq.medium.com and you can read more about this project and many, many, many others that were completed by our students. Now, we asked our students. Now, when we asked, about 1,900 of our students, of our interns, completed a survey, and we asked them, which part of the Hamoye packages in this internship has been most efficacious to you and to your career? We can see the graphs for ourselves from the course modules that we gave, from the webinars that we had. Webinars were conducted such that experts from different parts of the industry would come and speak with our students. And like I mentioned before, we had experts from Amazon, we had experts from Google, we had experts from Netflix, we had experts from Maven Code, from Piro Lab, from Ernst & Young. That's just to name a few. And they acknowledge, our interns acknowledge that these webinars were very fructuous in pushing their career to the next level. And then they also agree that the open source project was another wonder work that Hamoye presented to them, and as well the Slack engagement. Now we always engage our students on Slack, our interns on Slack, such that every day of every week there are different forms of engagement, from motivating them to preparing them for the job interview and to the happy hour calls that we have. Now, we want to as well listen to some of our interns who have come out to document their story in a video. Ladies and gentlemen, in the next 6 minutes, you'll be hearing some of our successful interns share their story in this video. Take this time to listen.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. My secret so far, I guess that will be determination, hard work, perseverance, collaboration, never saying never, and most importantly, proper time management. I can't stress that enough. Well, every part of the internship for me has been very, very impactful, starting from the stages where we had to write quizzes and read lesson notes. That's been really, really good. I learned a lot from those. The community on Slack was very helpful. The GitHub community was also helpful. The Hamoye team, kudos to them. They're always on ground to answer your questions, to help you out. And the whole unblocking sessions, these webinars, the webinars was great. It was really, really insightful and had lots of content and information. I always used to look up to the webinars. But regardless, there were times I thought of giving up. I wouldn't lie to you. Trying to balance between my work life and the internship. When I say work life, I not really a formal job, but I do tutoring. I tutor secondary school and university students alike. So trying to balance that and also the online tutoring with the internship was really, really, really massive. I had to strike a balance, like find a way to put both of them into my schedule, and coupled with the late nights I have to keep. But generally, it's a good sacrifice, and I'm glad it paid off. My advice to prospective cohorts out there, I would say never stop believing, work hard, set your priorities right, plan your time effectively, and most importantly, don't feel discouraged when you see other people getting ahead of you. Just give it time and keep doing what you're doing. You'll get there. Thanks.
Hello, I am Gaurav, Data Science Intern at Hamoye. Thank you for having me. About secret of my progress so far, I would say dedication, time management, and readiness to take up new challenges is the key behind all of these. In fact, I take those challenges as new opportunity to learn and explore new areas of knowledge. I have faith in myself that I can do any of the tasks given to me. About Hamoye Internship 2020, it has been really wonderful and enriching experience. I learned so many new skills such as natural language processing, cloud data engineering, data analytics, etc. The approach was learning by doing. We were working on project and side by side we had our learning tasks too. The interesting part was the engaging sessions we had with renowned data science professionals from Google, Amazon, etc. We had mock-up interview sessions, happy hour calls, motivational sessions, etc., which was really wonderful. The most amazing part was the final data science open source competition where we were divided into teams and got to work in a competitive manner. I was honored to be the part of winning team for stage E and stage F. About my 5-year plans, I aim to become a skilled data science professional where I can help people with my skills and positively impact their life. And I think Hamoye Internship 2020 have put me a step forward in this process. I got to learn so many new professional skills and gain self-confidence. I'm really thankful to Hamoye for having me in this internship. Thank you.
I was very passionate about this internship because I considered it a major milestone in the development of my career. And so I made it my end goal to be very successful. I gave it 100% dedication and commitment. It was a priority for me, and I believe that's why I had outstanding results. Every aspect and every stage of the internship was highly impactful, very interesting and challenging. I looked forward to new course modules, to webinars, and collaboration with colleagues. But for me, the most effective was the open source projects because it exposed me to real-life applications of machine learning. Giving up for me was not an option. I did not consider giving up. Rather, I persisted, despite having to learn new topics and concepts within short periods of time. I was determined to succeed, and so I was able to achieve desired results. For incoming participants in the next cohorts, Hamoye provides a great platform for building your machine learning career. I will advise that you give it your best, give it your all, and be determined to be very successful. And I believe you will have your desired results. Thank you.
I would not say there's a secret. It was just a case of me putting my best into every deliverable while trying to see things from the perspective of the eventual audience. The Hamoye internship was really impactful for me. One part I consider most impactful was the open source project. It really gave me the opportunity to experience working with a cross-functional data science team towards shared goals. The webinars were also something I am thankful for, as different data professionals gave us talks on different topics. Going forward, I would like to use the experience I gained here towards gaining a title role which will allow me to impact on business processes or share data-related insights. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, or our beloved machine learning experts. At least you've heard our interns share their story. And now I'd also like to announce that some of the interns that you heard their voice are now junior data scientists with the Hamoye AI lab. Some of them include Chigozie Umbono, Guarav Jane, and Sophia Jack. Sophia was one, that welcomed you when you came on the call, and she shared her story there. Maybe maybe Sophia can say hi, and so that you get to see it for yourself. Hi, Sophia. Yeah, and Gaurav, can you say hi too? So we proceed. Now let's talk about the complete machine learning externship. I'm sure from everything you've heard, about the Hamoye Data Science Internship of 2020, you already have some form of confidence that this is the right place for you to upskill yourself. But then before I talk about the machine learning externship, let me share a very short story of Arthur Samuel. When he created, the Cheetah program, that was in the early 1950s. We remember, I'm sure we've heard the story before, but in case you haven't, remember that he used the alpha beta pruning model, to design his Cheetah program. And he designed it in such a way that he used rote learning, such that, every move that is made is recorded and is remembered. In such way, he was able to harness or describe the term which he referred to in 1952 as machine learning. And Alan Turing has come to ask the important question: can machines think? So we see why Jan LeCun and the others have said that machine learning, is the career of the century. So I want to applaud you for taking on this bold step, to come and upskill yourself in machine learning. So now with the theme, building the future of work, we hope that, by the end of this externship, each one of you is already, geared up, to carry on the workforce of the 21st century. Now the externship will last for 4 months. Which started already on the 20th of January, where we all started our onboarding session. And then we'll have conversations on Zoom, just like we are having now, on Slack, as you must have already started. Now, in case you cannot meet with the capacity of Zoom, you can also be on YouTube. I'm sure our guys on YouTube are having fun. And I'm saying hi to all of you on YouTube as well. And then you can send emails to us via hello@hamoye.io. And you can also have communications on the Hamoye platform, hamoye.com. Now, as part of the program as well, we have what we call the Machine Learning Weekly Code Club. And this will help you, even if you're a beginner in the coding world, this will help you become a pro before you know it. In such a short space and time, you'd already be working on projects and quizzes. And trust me, this is a package that you don't want to miss. Also, as part of this program, we have what we call the freemium and the premium. The freemium, starting on the 27th, you have access to all of the packages and the deliverables of the freemium enrollment, starting on the 27th, like I mentioned, where you take part in the courses, where you take part in the weekly ML code, where you take part in the webinar that we've planned out for the freemium course. And then after the completion of the freemium course, we proceed on to the premium, which I enjoin each and every one of us, to enroll in, so that you can get the full packages of the Hamoye Complete Machine Learning Externship. Like Sophia, like Guarav, like Chigozie, you can be the next machine learning expert in our world today. Now, what is the objective of the machine learning externship? Now, we want to be able to teach you using the best resources available. And these resources, ladies and gentlemen, have been prepared by experts in the world of machine learning. Now, we want to help you develop your innovative skills. Trust me, to become a machine learning expert, to become, to become an essential part of building the future of work, you need to be able to innovate because we are problem solvers. You also need to be able to collaborate, with teams. And that's why starting on the 27th, you also be working in a community on Slack, in a group of fellow machine learning experts or machine learning professionals to be. And then at the end of all of it, we want to ensure that you develop a knack for machine learning. Let's look at it, ladies and gentlemen. We have the T, the I, the C, and the K. I want to ensure that no matter what opportunities might arise, we want to make sure that you tick all boxes. After we teach, build your innovation, collaboration, and develop a knack for machine learning, you'll be able to tick all the necessary and the requisite boxes. Now, the externship itself will offer you course modules starting on the 27th, like I mentioned. You start working on courses in Python, courses in Git control, courses in technical writing and data storytelling, courses in regression, courses in Kubernetes and machine learning operations. Now we also take quizzes. These quizzes will be graded. And now these quizzes will be graded, and the goal is to help you become a pro. Now, one-on-one sessions with experts at any point during the internship where you have blockers, you can always schedule a session with the expert where they'll walk you through and unblocking. Now we also have the weekly machine learning code club, where once a week you'll be given a project, and once in that week you also come to have your project reviewed and get corrections and get inferences that will help you become better. Now, for every course that you take, there's a project that is attached to it. Now that's what we call the tag along project. As well, we have a webinar. We have webinars and unblocking session. By next weekend, we have one webinar where the CEO of Maven Code will come to help us build our machine learning career. Now, we also have capstone projects. Now, you heard from our interns that one of the most efficacious programs in the Hamoye Data Science Internship was the open source project. We have, in a newer dimension, in a bigger sphere, we have this project, real life projects. We giving data sets where you can, create solutions, real life solutions that will be validated in the real world and that will be graded by the experts in the industry. What's our career coaching? Like I mentioned when I was talking about, the one CV program, we do not leave you high and dry. So we prepare you for the job market. Now, our communication channels, one of them which we already started using is Slack. We have a community on Slack, the Hamoye ML Externship workspace on Slack. So far, I'm sure many of us have signed up and signed into our workspace. And we have different channels in the workspace such that you can get the latest information from the Hamoye team on the Slack channel general. You can talk about machine learning, you can talk about data science, you can talk about big data, you can talk about deep learning, you can talk about artificial intelligence, all of this in the Let Us Talk ML channel. You can also, have fun, all work and no play, make our extends the dual type. So you can also have fun on the random channel. And as well, you can ask any question, non-technical question or whatsoever in the non-technical questions in the Ask Hamoye team, questions relating to the platform, relating to signing up, relating to course modules and all. Ask them on the Ask Hamoye team channel. But when you have questions relating to Kubernetes or to regression or to support vector machine and all, ask them on the Let Us Talk ML channel. And more channels will come. Because very soon we'll start our engagement on Slack for the motivation, for the mock interview sessions, for sharing stories and all. So that is one part I will urge us to take advantage of. Also, one of the ways we can also reach you is via mail. I'm sure most of us have received mails already from hello@hamoye.io. So we'll continue in that sphere. You can also have conversations on the Hamoye platform. Please, if you have not signed up yet on the Hamoye platform, please do so. If you have not signed up yet, please do so. hamoye.com and then hit the sign up button. And after you've signed up, you know that one of the things that you will do as it has been announced on Slack is to take the prerequisite course. While we onboard ourselves and get familiar with the tenets of machine learning and the machine learning externship, please take up the prerequisite course. Whether or not you have, good knowledge of Python before now, good knowledge of, Google Colab and Jupyter Notebook and Anaconda, please take the course and just, get yourselves familiar with this concept all over again. So the course is Introduction to Python with Google Colab and Anaconda. You can find them all on hamoye.com and many other courses that will come up. So please sign up on the platform, with immediately. So just like we have conversation, we're having a conversation now. All of our webinars, all of our blocking sessions, our machine learning weekly code club will be on Zoom at Hamoye HQ. And if you cannot meet the Zoom capacity limit, you can also be on YouTube and you still get the same feel. And once again, I'm saying hi to our guys on YouTube. Also, our social media channels, please subscribe to our social media channels. This is one of the places where you get first-hand information, first-hand updates on all of our programs, on everything that you need to know. So on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, please sign up at Hamoye HQ is, the social media handle. Now let's talk about the enrollment. All of us already have enrolled to the freemium of the Hamoye Complete Machine Learning Externship. It started on the 20th of January and it lasts till the 17th of January, or February rather, 2020. Now, another very, very essential thing that we need to note is that at the end of the freemium, we'll kickstart with the premium of the machine learning externship. Now, what we'll do in the premium are actually, the major of learning machine learning. So please sign up. You need to make payments for the premium, yes. Now, in case you cannot make the full access, even though we encourage you to, make the full access payment of 50,000 Naira and the dollar equivalent, please, you can also sign up using the 20,000 Naira per module. Now, please, this is equivalent to the 20,000 Naira is equivalent to $60 and the 50,000 Naira is equivalent to the $150. Please, whatever your currency is, because I know we have, people from different parts of the world. Whatever your currency is, you can all make payments, because it will automatically be converted to your currency, your currency. Now, so for each of these, you enjoy premium quality. The ML Weekly Code Club, the webinars and your blocking sessions, the amazing courses of the premium. Now you also enjoy, the capstone project. You become a part of the capstone project. You also enjoy the career coaching. This career coaching will also be given to you by industry experts. I've mentioned the industry where they're coming from before, and we'll still continue to maintain that these guys from Amazon, from Google, from Netflix, from Ernst & Young, from Piro Labs will come and be with us to guide you on how you can also get gigs and get jobs. And at the same time, there are a lot more benefits, such as the peer group learning, the internship style learning, the weekly ML code. And then you notice that you get a certificate of graduation when you are signed up to the premium. You be part of the capstone project when you're signed up to the premium, the seminar presentations when you're signed up to the premium. You have access to the Hamoye AI Lab faculty when you have signed up to the premium, the career coaching and the mock interview sessions when you are signed up to the premium, webinar sessions with industry experts when you are signed up to the premium. And another thing is that you become a member of our exclusive job market, like Sophia and like Chigozie and like Guarav and like many others that have gotten gigs with us from the internship of last year. You also enjoy that advantage when you are signed up to the premium. Now application has started and application has ended. The onboarding has started and is still on, and it will end on the 26th of January. And starting on the 27th, we start the business of learning. We start the business of learning on the 27th, and it would lead us through, plus the premium will lead us through to the last week of April. 5th of May, 2021. So now I'm trusting that we all will sign up and, you know, help ourselves become better and join in building the future of work. So what are the benefits of being a part of the externship? Now, first of all, you become a machine learning expert. I'll tell you the story of Chigozie Mbondo. Chigozie Mbondo only started coding when he joined the Hamoye Data Science internship. And today, Chigozie finished the internship as one of the best in the data science track. And today, he works as a junior data scientist with Hamoye AI Lab. Now, your story can be like that of Chigozie, irrespective of how, irrespective of the background you have in machine learning, irrespective of, you know, how much you know it beforehand. Don't worry, Hamoye Complete Machine Learning Externship is here to put you in that edge of becoming a machine learning expert. You also become you also take part in the global network of machine learning experts. So you can also relate and, you know, network with machine learning professionals, work on real life projects, to become a member of the Hamoye exclusive job market, you become an Hamoye fellow. Now, what are some of the tools that we'll be working with in this externship are GitHub, Jupyter Notebook, Python, and Kubernetes. Now, you may wonder, Python, yes, Python is a programming language, and statistics have it that about 57% of data scientists and machine learning developers use Python, and over 33% recommend it for data science work and machine learning development. So these are the tools and many more others that will be introduced to you in the course. Don't worry if you don't know about them, we'll put you through. Now, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being a part of this webinar. Together, I believe that you and me and each and every one of us will build the future of work. Remember, we want to teach, we want to help you innovate, we want to help you collaborate, and at the end of the day, develop a knack for machine learning going forward. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll now switch over to taking the questions that you may have raised and help us, you know, go forward with the machine learning externship. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate the questions we have raised. So we'll start taking our questions now. So in case you've not asked your question, you can still go up to slido.com and use the event code hashtag 080204, you know, to post your questions. And in case in case you've not done that already, if you've posted your questions already on the chat boxes on Zoom and on YouTube, we'll take them. Now, let me also thank Iyobosa Ebayove. Sorry for mispronouncing your name. He's saying he's excited. He's excited for being here. I can also see some other comments saying, wow, thank you. This is a wonderful opportunity. So Iyobosa is asking, can you please explain the difference between the two paid premium versions? Okay, I would graciously explain that to you. So like I mentioned before, full access is the $160, 50,000 naira equivalent. With the 50,000 naira equivalent. So what happens is that in case you cannot meet up with that amount, please, you can also, we have also considered, you know, every possible, you know, variations in enabling you to make your payments. That's why the standard option is there, so that you can make 20,000 naira payment or the $50 equivalent for every module. So we have 3 modules, yes. So at the before the start of every module, you make your 20,000 naira or the $50 equivalent payment, so that you can have access to that module. But the only thing is that it expires at the end of that module. I hope sorry for mispronouncing your name, but I hope I've greatly answered your question. So can the payment be made in installments so that one could finish paying before the end of the program? Like I just explained, you make the payments in 20,000 naira installments. Abdul Wasiu, that is answer to your question. We'll make the payments in 20,000 naira installments. So another advantage of paying for the full access is that you get 10% off. You know, let's use the naira equivalent. If you're paying 20,000 naira for each module, you pay 60,000 naira. But if you're paying 50,000 naira one, you get 10,000 naira off. So I'm sure there's still more questions. Sophia will read them out to us. But before she reads out the first question, let me see Abimayu Roy. Roy, you're saying after completing the machine learning extension, do you provide any career opportunities? Yes, I gave example of Sophia, who will be reading out the questions to us in a few minutes. I gave example of Gurav. Gurav is also on this call. I also gave example of Chigozie. Not just them. We also have Precious in this call. Precious, can you say hi?
Hi, everybody.
Yes, so that's Precious. We also have many that have gotten, career opportunities from just the internship. Now this externship also provides the same. Like I said, we enroll you into our exclusive job market. And when we have gigs and opportunities from us or from our partners, you are the first person on our consideration list. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Emmanuel, for that informative session. I'll be taking more questions from our externs. Someone is asking on Slido. It says, I want to know all the requirements for the externship. I want to know all the requirements for the externship.
Okay, you want to know all the requirements for the externship, but one of the major things that we consider for you to be part of the externship is that you have that desire to become a problem solver going forward. Now, one of our interns last time told us that his motivation is that whatever he starts, he finishes. So there are a lot of things that may come in, especially where you need to, be more dedicated, be more disciplined. So that's why we require that if you have that mindset, you are good to go for the externship. So irrespective of whatever class, whatever educational background, whatever prior experience you have in machine learning, this externship does not put all of this into consideration. Instead, we only need you to be focused. We only need you to want to be part of the externship, and you're good to go. Thank you.
All right. Abias is asking on YouTube, are the former interns allowed to participate in this externship?
Yes, Abias. It's good to see you, or it's good to hear from you again. Abias was also part of the internship last time as well. So Abias, yes, you can. The good thing about learning is that it never ends. You can also come to, be part of this learning session as well. So feel free to be part of the learning, Abias. Thank you.
Another person is asking, what's the difference between the externship program of this year and the internship program of last year?
Wow, thank you very much, whoever has asked that question. Yeah, so last year we recorded a huge success. But this time, we want to make more success than we had last time. And so there have been a lot of improvements, in every deliverable. There have been a lot of, upscaling in every facet. When I was talking about the capstone project, I mentioned that, the capstone project will be a new dynamics with a broader sphere of the open source project. So, everybody continues to go higher. And that's why this externship is, some steps up from the internship. Not to say that the internship was not successful enough. So I can agree that it is hugely successful, but then we can still achieve more with more input. So that's what's is happened here.
And the final question, someone is asking if the Hamoye AI lab is physical or virtual. Is it physical or virtual?
Okay, let me start by saying, I think why that question is coming up is because I didn't tell you that Hamoye itself has, operations in the US, in the UK, and in Nigeria. So, but for the AI lab, this is a new normal. we're a technological company, and we follow the trends. And, you know, we're constantly being innovative. And that's why Hamoye itself has both physical and virtual office, but the AI lab is actually a virtual operation. And I know you're asking because you also see yourself, you know, becoming a member of the Hamoye AI lab faculty. Well, Hamoye is fully virtual as it stands today.
Okay, more questions are rolling in. There's another question from Slido. It says, what laptop specification do I need to be able to participate better? What laptop specification do I need to participate better?
Okay, to participate better, I think one of the major considerations is your RAM size. Yeah, so because you'll be doing a lot of machine learning operations, and you need to have enough. So I will not be very specific with the RAM size that you need, HDD size, and your operating system and all. I will not be specific enough with that because, for example, you can decide to use Google Cloud Platform for running Kubernetes. You understand? So, and it may not require as much as it requires when you're using other platforms. So what I would advise you is that reach out to the Hamoye team on Slack. Let us know what you have, and we'll tell you how you can go about it.
All right. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Okay, one more question. The final one for this afternoon. From Slido. It says, I am from East Africa. Will it hurt my chances of getting a job placement at Hamoye AI Labs?
Definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not. Okay, let me ask this question. Gura, where are you from? Just to make it very, very, very clear and specific. Gura. Okay, I think I need to unmute.
Yeah, so hello everyone. I am Gaurav and I'm from India. You can say Asian subcontinent, and I'm a junior data scientist at Hamoye AI Labs. I was an intern at Hamoye DSC 2020.
Thank you so much, Gurav. So I think that explains your question, dear. So Gurav, and not just Gurav, we also had Mugumya, who's from, I think, Uganda. We have Emmanuel Ndahimana, who's from Rwanda, and many other places. So, like I said, it's virtual, and we believe in collaboration. So it doesn't affect, where you're from does not affect your chances at all.
All right. Thank you, Emmanuel, for that very informative session. I'm sure our externs are very much excited to begin their learning experience. All right, I'll be handing over to Ola for the closing remarks. Over to you, Ola.
All right, before Ola comes in, let me take 30 seconds to reply Juma Tohib, who has asked, he said he's a trained anatomist with the plan of becoming a genomic epidemiologist and generally improve OMIC and bioinformatics. Now, data analysis is a strong foundation which I've been building on. But my question is that the relationship between ML and genomic medicine, or more like relationship between ML and bioinformatics. Juma, I'll tell you categorically with all proof that there's no industry that machine learning, has not had its foot in. Now, bioinformatics, it's very, very much, related. We can use machine learning algorithms to develop, some solutions in bioinformatics. I know we've used regression tree analysis, we've used PCA, we've used support vector machines to solve problems in bioinformatics. So trust me, there is a huge relationship, a very sufficient and feasible relationship between ML and bioinformatics. And trust me, after you've gathered this skill, you will be happy that you did. So I hope that, Juma, I hope that answers your question. So as a wrap up, I want to thank you very specially, for being part of this webinar session. Please, if you have more questions, you can still throw your questions open on Slack. Ask Hamoye team. You can ask your questions, ask, let us talk ML, you can ask your question. But then he doesn't stop here. We still need to, have some group, like I mentioned, all work and no play will make our interns the dull type. So we'll proceed from here on to Slack, where we'll have a virtual party. It's supposed to start at 3. I've taken 2 minutes of your time, and I apologize for that. But it was a wonderful session. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you, Gura, for giving us confidence. Thank you to the Hamoye AI Lab team members. Thank you for the Hamoye A team members who are always there. They've been answering your questions. And thank you to all of our interns, all of our externs, all of our students. This promises to be exciting. We'll start on a good note, and I'm sure that we'll end on a good note. Thank you too to everybody on YouTube. You've been immensely superb in this session. Now, whatever glitch we may have had, just technical, but trust me, this is the best place where you can get what you need. So thank you to everybody. I urge us now to proceed to Slack. And if you have not joined the Slack workspace yet, please take this time to do so, and let's enjoy the virtual party together. I would have said food and drinks, but it's virtual. So thank you, guys. See you in the virtual party. I'm sure I'll be the first to come on the virtual party.